In the headlines, widespread condemnation in the community of Calabishi over the murder of a businesswoman there on Sunday. Flowbus does not think it's practical to partner with their competition over the carnival sponsorship, and farmers run the risk of losing their produce as a result of farm neglect. I am Lurian Graham Carter with the Channel 5 News. Details coming up. Residents of Calabishi have condemned the brutal murder of 51-year-old businesswoman Rose Wyatt. She was the owner of Sunrise Garden Cottage. Police say the murder took place on Sunday on the road to Hodges Bay. Calabishi residents told Channel 5 News they were very concerned about the potential impact of this latest development.
I mean, we had Erica not too long ago. This is a blow, certainly, to our tourism.
Yeah, this is a big blow. Remember, we just had this poor result from the survey from the cruise ship people, and now that happening there again. As a matter of fact, there were some people who were living in the people's house. The same lady who was murdered there. There were some people upstairs their house because they have a guest house, Sunrise Garden, and the people decided that they are not staying. They're going to leave.
Mr. John Peters is the chairman of the village council here in Calabishi. It is a matter that is really of concern to the entire community, but specifically for people like him.
First of all, let me extend our deepest condolences to Mr. Wyatt on the loss of his wife. We would like to send out a clear message to the perpetrators that they will be caught. And I would like to condemn it on behalf of the Calabishi Village Council. We would like to condemn that vicious act, brutal act on this lady. The whole village is kind of feeling it because the entire community, we are a tourism-based community, and we depend a lot on the dollars of the expats.
When these types of violence happening in the community, it's stopping the tourism from coming around, and then there is no more business for the local people around, and this really affects the tourism business, so it's something that we have to really condemn.
I really say that we touched by that because it's directly, in other words, you could almost say it's from home, and really and truly we will. Well, for me personally, I was close with Gary. He will always come and drop by, bringing books, and so he'll pay his membership on time. So I must say, and I got to meet Rose 1 or 2 times, had some good conversation with her. I really want to say that I really hope that they will catch people who are involved in it, and that they will make an example of them, because those things need to come to a halt. It's affecting the tourism industry, and eventually one of those days, if this have to continue, Calabishi will just be suffering a lot, and we can't afford for the past crimes for Batibu, for example, to reoccur again. So I really hope that the police will get the people.
Reporting for Channel 5 News, Julian Morris in Calabishi.
The Plant Protection and Quarantine Unit is issuing a warning to owners of abandoned banana and plantain farms to cut down their farms or else. Head of the Plant Protection and Quarantine Unit, Ryan Ansem, says there are about 300 acres of banana and plantain farms affected by black sigatoka that appear to be unattended by their owners. Ansem says this poses a huge risk to farmers nearby who are following best practices to restore their farms from the disease.
We're asking the farmers to engage their quarantine and extension officers, discuss with your extension officers on alternative crops. We're talking about citrus, cocoa, coffee, root crops. If you're no longer interested in bananas, what we don't want is you leaving the banana fields abandoned, and it's causing serious problems for us. So we are asking the farmers to do this, and very soon we are going to enforce the Plant Protection Act, which is deemed, once a field is deemed abandoned, it's a notifiable pest. Black sigatoka is a notifiable pest. We will enforce the Plant Protection Act and cut down all abandoned fields.
Ansem says farmers need to protect the investment that the Banana Accompanying Measures program is making to restore the health of banana and plantain farms. He says abandoned farms left untreated will increase the spread of the leaf spot disease.
They have serious inoculation level. The infestation level is very high. And so, for example, if a farmer is doing all the necessary agronomic practices and sanitation and his field is in excellent condition and is managing black sigatoka, if the neighboring farm around him is abandoned, this inoculation, any strong wind will blow spores into his fields. And so we cannot have that happening. For example, in Kalibishi, you have farmers like Diles Warrington and others that are doing very well. And near the farms, you have abandoned fields.
We move on to tourism now, where the government of Dominica has reaffirmed its financial commitment to the staging of Mas Dominique 2016.
On an annual basis, the government of Dominica contributes $300,000 to Carnival celebrations. Amidst concerns that the organization of Carnival will be substandard this year, the tourism minister took the opportunity at the opening ceremony for Carnival to reiterate government's financial pledge to Mas Dominique 2016.
The government of Dominica continues to be resolute and committed to supporting the Carnival event and many other cultural events. While in many other large countries they've been cutting on expenses, the government of Dominica saw it fit to not reduce the amount of money they commit towards the hosting of this event.
The stadium forecourt had been converted to the Carnival Village for Carnival Celebrations 2016. Tong noted that this investment in the venue can be beneficial in many ways.
We are upgrading where we have our events so that you, the patrons, are much more comfortable. And as you can see, this location can be used for events, and when there's no events, it can actually be used for a car park to reduce the congestion in Roseau.
The senator, while encouraging Dominicans to participate in the Carnival celebrations, warned of increased security during the Carnival season.
This year, I want to commend the police department for ensuring that they're on the ball, and I can assure you that there'll be a lot more cameras around Roseau, and there'll be a lot more police patrols to ensure that you and our visitors are safe in our beautiful island of Dominica. We want you all to work together to make Carnival a success by being part of this event. Join a band, create a group, attend the shows, line the streets, and cheer the parade.
Increased participation for Mas Dominique as the country celebrates its first national festival event post-Tropical Storm Erica.
The passage of Tropical Storm Erica in August last year cost the country $1.29 billion in damage and caused the Royal Creole Music Festival to be cancelled. 5 months later, Dominica is observing its first national entertainment event, and the people have been called upon to make it spectacular.
However you choose to participate, that is exactly what we want you to do. We want you to participate, to join in the festivities and to be active. Whether you are in a band or in the sideline, make sure you take lots of pictures and post them so that people know that our culture is alive in their nature. This year's Carnival has even more special meaning because it is the first official entertainment event undertaken by the government since the events of August 27th last year. The theme for this year's Carnival is also very significant, the spirit of the real Mass, as it is calling all to revel in a special way.
The keys to the city were handed over to the DDA by the mayor of Roseau, who called for a peaceful Carnival celebration and for the city to be kept clean during the festivities.
Carnival should not be the time when persons go out of the way to harm persons whom they had some misunderstanding with in the past. Let us instead use that time for playing real Mass and at the same time tighten bonds of friendship. I am appealing to everyone living in and around the city to please manage their waste properly in order to make the city the type of city that we want it to be, with and without Carnival.
You are watching Channel 5 News. Coming up, Flow Country Manager responds to suggestion to partner with its competition. Welcome back. Country Manager of telecommunications company Flow, Jeffrey Baptiste, has shut down a suggestion by businessman Val Coffey to break the monopoly over Carnival sponsorship.
Head of Flow Dominica Jeffrey Baptiste says it would be an unwise decision to consider partnering with another telecommunications company due to the competition factor. Baptiste says he doesn't think that's the answer to alleviate the challenges surrounding the lack of financial support from the private sector. Flow sponsors Carnival to the tune of $200,000. $100,000 of that donation is in kind, while the other half is in cash.
I have my own personal views around the comment that was made by Mr. Coffey. To be direct, I think it was maybe inappropriate given where it was made, and I honestly do not believe that's the answer. I think if we plan ahead and we can be a lot more creative in our approaches, I think we can all do better. Certainly from our perspective, we've invested heavily in Carnival Year and been doing it because we recognize the value in preserving and promoting our culture. We incorporate into our full year budget a sponsorship amount for Carnival, and this is what we use.
Val Coffey thinks the companies should partner for the benefit of Carnival. Digicel reportedly is willing to contribute financially to Carnival. However, Flow is the headline sponsor. While Baptiste recognizes there is need for additional cash injections into the organization of Carnival, he says one headline sponsor for Carnival has never been an issue in the past.
If you say Lime and maybe Digicel or Flow, and Digicel, why not some other entities within the manufacturing sector into the retail in the retail sector? Because there are multiple business houses in Dominica who I think also do that and who can support. We have been doing it successfully, and we've been doing it very freely, and I think there is opportunities for others to do it. But let's just be realistic. I do not know a merger or some sort of association between two competing brands to support the same activity will be the answer. It's not going to happen, and I think we need to take away from it. There are years when we had successful editions of Carnival where we did not have the challenges that are confronting us now. So one headline sponsor in one industry has worked before, and I do not know that that's where the core issue resides.
In other news, a non-government organization here has secured over $400,000 worth of supplies and funds to persons who are still experiencing difficulties accessing water in remote areas. National Director of Child Fund Caribbean Derval Martinez revealed that recovery efforts after the passage of Tropical Storm Erica continues. Martinez says they are grateful to Procter & Gamble out of the U.S. for providing Dominica with 900,000 purifier sheets.
A small sachet will be valid for 10 liters of water. So we plan to distribute as soon as those envelopes are released from customs. They already arrived last week, and we are just clearing this with the Ministry of Health, and they will be receiving and storage in their warehouses. And immediately after, we plan to distribute it to the health centers all over the country. And then right after that, to go to the communities themselves. So, and our staff then will be doing that and training the people in the use of the sachets.
Martinez says the National Emergency Management Office, NEMO, has also approved $25,000 for water tanks and containers.
Thus far, we have gotten some funds for to purchase 1,000 liters each tanks to put in strategic places where the government has not reached, and to storage water, potable water, and using the sachets as well. But also, we plan to buy, don't remember the total number of buckets, I think it is over 1,000 buckets for families that they need to storage water, even collect rainy water, and they will have it. So we continue with that.
He says very soon NEMO will partner with the Ministry of Health to conduct Caribbean emergency response training for the emergency preparedness.
To train all teachers in the working areas to be prepared for any emergency and have specific plans for each community and a countrywide plan as well. So an emergency should occur, they will be ready to evacuate and to know exactly what to do and who is responsible of what.
Chairman of the Carnival Road Parade Committee has commended Dominicans for complying with instructions put in place by the organizing body of the opening parade for Mass Dominique 2016.
On Saturday, 16th January, hundreds of Dominicans and visitors converge on the streets of Roseau to witness the official opening parade for Carnival 2016. In the weeks leading up to Saturday's event, onlookers were warned to keep the carnival route clear and to not walk across band formations on the road. Warnings were also given to not throw objects into the crowd, as this may cause injury to bystanders. Dominicans were applauded for cooperating with the Road Parade Committee and the Dominica Festivals Committee in this venture.
There has been an improvement. Persons were on the sidewalks. I still believe we can do better because we have persons on stilts, and it will be, a sad state of affair if one would fall because of somebody passing or running across the road. But this app, I must say that they have in fact cooperated, and I want to thank the public for doing that, for listening to us, and continue to make the effort to remain on the sidewalks while the parade is going on, so we can have a more impressive parade. You can see the parade in all its splendor and beauty.
Hyacinth deemed the opening parade a success and urged more participation and compliance during the major road parades on Carnival Monday and Tuesday.
It was a very impressive parade. We started off at 3 o'clock. I must compliment the groups for being on time so that we could have a prompt start. Well, a colorful, impressive, and very big parade.
Carnival Monday and Tuesday parades will be held on February 8th and 9th this year. Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
That's news. Sports highlights next with Kenny Williams.
Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us. First up in sports, Element Agency's LA Stars and Harlem United both registered a 4-goal difference to secure wins in Division 1 football over the weekend. Gerald George has the football roundup.
On Friday, Mao Soca Strikers maintained their unbeaten run in Group 1 with a 3-1 victory over MV Maxalo Bombers at the Benjamin Park. Kenny, George, Brad John Baptist and Geron Sebastian scored for Soca Strikers, with Chandler Richards scoring for Bombers. In a doubleheader at the Newtown Playing Field, All Saints Football Club and ACS Tarish United played to a 3-3 draw in the first match. Donnell Edwards, RJ Olumide and Marcel Lewis scored for All Saints, while Delroy Parker, Hubert Prince and Jeremiah Timothy scored for Tarish. In the second match, Element Agency's LA Stars crushed Trafalgar Football Club 6-2. Aldin Graham registered a hat-trick for LA Stars, with one each coming from Scott Hazel, Chester Prosper and Roderick Blaise. On Sunday, RC Doctors edged out Grand for Young Boys 3-2 at the Castle Bruce Playing Field. Kirby Pascal from the back of the nets twice for Doctors, with Kevin Lawrence scoring one. Dylan Prince and Neri Pascal scored for Grand for Young Boys. In a doubleheader at the Newtown Playing Field, Wing George Academy edged out Cubchis Barbershop Buffet State 2-1 in the first match. Chris Jolly and Chio Bani scored for Wing George Academy, with Ronaldo Riley scoring for Buffet State. In the second match, Harlem United hammered Fokole United 5-1. Marcus Moranci from the back of the nets twice for Harlem, with Montel James, Kasim Peltier and Fabio Roberts scoring one each. Eric Wade scored the lone goal for Fokole. And at the Benjamin Park, Wacky Rollers defeated Itasi United 3-1. Michael Badwill, Dion Dinard and Janet Charles scored for Wacky, with Brian Libla scoring for Itasi.
Still in football, 5 goalkeepers, 12 defenders, 15 midfielders and 8 strikers have been selected for training with the men's national team to represent Dominica in the Caribbean Football Union Cup. Dominica has been drawn in Group 7 with Martinique and the British Virgin Islands. The team will take on Martinique in an away match and will play BVI at home in a tournament from March 21 to 29, 2016. The DFA met with players and coaching staff on Monday, and training will begin on Tuesday. Moving on to cricket. Windward's Volcanoes held on by 5 runs to defeat Leeward Islands Hurricanes in St. Kitts in a match reduced to 49 overs following early morning rain. Sonel Ambrose contributed his fine performance with 74 of 84 balls in the Windward's total of 243 for 6. In reply, Orlando Peters made 77 at the top of the Leeward chase, but no one came close to following his lead. Volcanoes went through the Hurricanes' batting lineup to reduce them to 238 for 9. Delroy Johnson picked up 3 for 36 and Mervyn Matthew 2 for 56 for Volcanoes. Needing a win to secure a spot in the Nagico Super 50 semi-final round, Barbados Pride knocked off TNT Red Force by 3 wickets on Sunday at Queen's Park Oval. Barbados sent the host in and held them to 226 thanks to a large part of Jason Holder's 4 for 35. Darren Bravo top scored with 82 with support from Dennis Ramdin, who made 57, and Kijon Otley 38. In reply, Barbados ended on 227 for 7 with the collaborated effort of the players contributing to the win. Meantime, Jamaica survived an upset scare from ICC Americas, scratching out a one-wicket win on Sunday. ICC Americas won the toss and elected to bat first, posting their best score of the event and third highest of any team at this year's tournament, making 253 for 8. Ruvindu Gonasekra blasted 87 at the top order to underpin the innings. Jamaica started the chase in aggressive fashion in pursuit of a bonus point in the Super 50 tournament. Captain John Campbell made 82 of 74 balls to assist his team with 257 for 9. Still on the Super 50 scene, Guyana completed the highest successful chase of the tournament in tracking down a combined campuses and colleges total of 254 for 7 to win by 5 wickets at Warner Park. Asad Fudadin struck the tournament's third century and carried his bat in making 103 not out of 136 balls for Guyana. Rovman Powell and Anthony Allen both made half-centuries for CCC to set Guyana a stiff target ending on 255 for 5. In rounders, Ubik Strikers and NCC UW Stars are now the contenders vying for the 2015-2016 National Rounders Champion after the semi-final games played on Sunday. Strikers will be hoping for their third National Rounders Championships after besting Posse Rock Stars by 8 wickets at Botanical Gardens. Posse Rock Stars batted first and scored 312 all-out in 39.3 overs. Claytia Dinad added 107, Donna Edwards 48, and Glenda Jules 35. Ubik Strikers replied with 315 for 3 in 30.3 overs, with Tonia Pierce scoring 90, Merle John 87, and Julian Ansem 39. Meantime at Maho, NCC UW Stars benefited from a close 4-run victory over Maxway Conquerors. Stars batted first to score 359 for 4 in their 40 overs. Masha Barron was undefeated with a century of 103. Saren Polidor scored 55 and Jessica Phillips 54. Maxway Conquerors replied with 355 for 9 in their 40 overs. Angela Maglaw hit 79, Noel Williams 44, and Cynthia Felix 37. NCC UW Stars and Ubik Strikers will meet in the finals at Maho. The 2015-2016 National Rounders Champion will be decided on Sunday at noon. And finally in sports, the NUMEM 4-hand Domino League continued Sunday with games played in 2 zones. In Zone B, Metrics beat Giants by 1,258 points. Rebels and Homeboys played to a 4,019 and 2,936 points finish. Marina Mon Zion edged out Dolphins by 132 points. 228 points difference separated the winning Stars from the losing Barbie 007, and Al Motors and Valiants recorded 4,010, while Task Force 3,923. Zone A results had Skills on 4,097 and Execute on 3,760. Tamintry City got 4,022 and Rabbit Hole 3,499 and Swansea 4,009, Remix 3,593. Fire Services won by default. That's all the sports for now. I am Kenny Williams. Join us again tomorrow.
Let's find out from our friends at the Met Office if it should prepare for some more rain.
Good evening. Welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. Some low-level clouds were observed on satellite imagery traversing the eastern Caribbean islands today, with Dominica observing occasional cloudy skies today and radar imagery indicating a few scattered showers across the island. For tonight, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy with a few scattered showers, and similar conditions can be expected into tomorrow. Sea conditions are expected to be moderate in open water with waves peaking near 7 feet. For the next 3 days across Dominica, expect occasional cloudy skies with a few scattered showers. For the remainder of the Caribbean tomorrow, occasional cloudy skies with a few scattered showers can be expected. On the international cities forecast, some cold temperatures in New York and Beijing, mostly cloudy skies in Miami, and generally fair weather conditions in London and Caracas. The sun will rise tomorrow at 6:46 a.m. and set at 5:57 p.m. For additional information, feel free to contact us at weather.gov.dm or call the weather hotline at 447-5555. Thank you for joining us and have a good night.
To end the news, the headlines again. Widespread condemnation in the community of Kalibishi over the murder of a businesswoman there on Sunday. Flow Boss does not think it's practical to partner with their competition over carnival sponsorship, and farmers run the risk of losing their produce as a result of farm neglect. Email us at news@mapin2k4.com. You can also watch our past newscasts on our YouTube page. On behalf of the production team, I am Doreen Graham Carter. Thank you for watching.